So obobo so many de toso enson ne ensempa yensentrofo anya adaje wo mabọ ne boa ma samufo nso waso ho de aka edi ason etie na eni nso hwe na no pay ye de toaw se kasebo na etwa no ho firi Sompa television so a Sompa 90.7 enam ho Sompa 98.9 sunwaye ehọ nso afa na Sompa 93.1 kuma santimantem agi baabia fa TikTok, Facebook ene YouTube nso okwa wonsa cancer mpa bi sompaonline.com ensemi nyina egu ho na de di kan a ye de eba bete eye na ahweni wani bi ene se yewra abamba ben ya oye woman yi ya chi amehene de atodwa se Supreme Court anase woman court kese ene mampani na boboa no woman woman yi bone papa bone benya ye de brew enu achi wayekefo abo amane se anka ayere so a December bosome ne de etoso nkono nkosi da dunne numu de na wasi sohwe ne mu ayaba nenso ebetimi atwentwen ne nase adanya aban de wonom eka sada na donkuma wo mrase badwafie ene mrase badwafo bekọ asetena na wo mo se wo monye donkuma o wo yedom kese odaso gina baabi ogina wo bekọ akoyi adwuma de aboa amagana man timamufo ho ahenhan wonom na se yeton se de yesidi yesika efa buroni kasa inflation no enkra na kire se kakra ba beka ho bosome October mu eyedi entira eno nso yede ba adaji Mahmud Baumia wadaso a wonansantimantem ya ne ntoabo a wode ebo se Ghana fo beto aba mano no akopie wo afigya ase kire ene na afa nananom de nsempa bi ato nanim ene afoforo ka ho na no pai yede to se Sompa television no nsia bremu kase ebo na enamabaso na botetie wotwa su edura su je 21st clinic the clinic of the moment sciatica expert wo mu ne kuta yemu ya no pay yede nsempai ebre wo nya ono nko Sompa kunafo achede no eka ho bi na breko animu no yede ne nyina ebema wo eja pia pamdada ene medira asante ebo Benedict wona asa nsemi mu na obapa kosuasu manso chinchin ni funuma Ken Azuka wono ene de to social media handles ni nyina so ama yakwa kopie TV no so fe anye bre na nsem no yentutu ne sere ne abasa emfa emmao Togbega number 3 yewra Urban Kings for Small Baben wono na ye Ghana woman yi yachi amehene wo mrase badwafie na wode nsem bi atodwa kire bra wo ye nsankyerofo nhyiemu enoda won kran pumpunu mantamu na wo kasa de akire Ghana fo nyina se no kwasemu ni Mampani na narodanko akufu ado wone atenu adwuma no wono maye oman yi bone kese pa na saa bone no nso eye mrane nchiama no na wo mode edinuo na wo kan de ababe sise emrase badwafo ne tenase wo mu etintim mra echese tunomuntu mra no sabio enya de ayen ha ye beji atum se obi meyobi oba ne oba nwade anaba ma ne be ma nwade obi so obeware dua fish ene ne eka aka ho enti eye chiwade eboman yeni kwanse sososo wonu anya adaje atenase afa mranum atintima wi anka wosemampani swane nanso yakoto nanim no sabio wone womanyi ye mmra anasa atenu adwuma no aka wontira bankere ho a sanka wode pen keke ebesi so no woswane na aba be ye mmra no isa akwakọ yehwebuada eno no wo chese ebone kese pa wo mode aye oman ye mmra ne nchiama constitution.
In the celebrated case of Tufo versus the Attorney General, the Supreme Court affirmed that happenings in Parliament are a closed book. By these provisions, the courts are replete with debates and proceedings of Parliament. Most worrying is these proceedings are initiated by some members of Parliament, even leaders of Parliament who ought to know better. Parliamentarians who are to be loyal to Parliament rather than to the Supreme Court run to the Supreme Court at the slightest opportunity to use the Supreme Court to undermine Parliament. Might be one of the reasons Parliament and members of Parliament are not respected and treated with disdain. This was exhibited by the President's refusal to even receive the LGBTQ plus bill, duly processed and passed by Parliament without any legal basis. The judiciary is supportive of this conduct by the receipt and processing of a suit.
Number 3 no ewo my Ghana mu wono eneye wo my Ghana se wura mrase badwafi a wona ye chiamehene yura aban babin ena ate ne nka no wie wa mananso ho ena wo sande abeto so se sankonwa nan bi a wobutu no ogina parliament no ni tumi so na ekowie mrase badwafo titu ni mpanimfo ewom tu mirika tentem de kokoda Supreme Court me wie ono nso ebo po ye yire se enya de obeje saa butu a wabutu nkonwa no atom no ena pani de tudwa chese sebio wonde wo hu ni pefe se eye court no ena afi mampani akache ena wo mo aka banchi no se ntampemma ena wono mo ahye da yire pa se wo mo ama parliament na dwuma yeso ye no etimi egina nenso ni nyina no wo ka se bubua na wo mpese wo bubu parliament apre aye bi kura ka se jama enema enkoyi ho ena wo man no kura ye wo crisis im no se crisis bi ani ho na se bibi wo ho a wo se ye de ni hwa na court no ene mampani na ayo.
Recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of parliament, which is the repository of the sovereign will of the people of Ghana. It is increasingly becoming clear the judiciary and the executive are seemingly colluding to weaken parliament.
Eno yira aban samani Kensford Babin and ate se na wakasa no na ma minwura abato komisa ma meje na dokwe mensa na boboa no wode ababa tudwa chese sese de ebre na wiedu enema nyina chechirikete de go ahomboa de set enema ye ready kra ni etwato okura no watintima wie ama sese ekomonten so ya obehunu obi da number 1 obi da ase obi da mfimfini enom na eho ade a how bia na ewom titu de nkuma no worum pagade ba ye nyina nso no wo mo nya daje atetete se de wo mo tete fufuo mu aba ama de aka nyina no ekro gen feko.
Following the re-exhibition of the revised provisional voters register, Commission received a total of 158 issues from registered voters across the country. I'm pleased to note that all the issues have been resolved, and as we speak, we have no further issues regarding the final voters register for the 2024 general election. As you may recall, at that meeting, we provided the political parties with a template on which to report any issues they had with the revised provisional voters register. I'm again pleased to inform you and the good people of Ghana that no political party presented any issues regarding the register for resolution. I'm pleased to note that we now have a robust and credible final certified voters register, which is fit to deliver a credible, transparent, fair, peaceful, and glorious election come the 7th of December 2024.
Mami Jane adokwe mensa ene ye womanyi abato komisa titireni ena atese watu na numutu achese niema nyina kama ya adekye yebetimi akwa kogina so na yato abano na enora America abano na musini yo wo my Ghana mu wabapa Virginia Palmer wakasa ede achense ntwerofo se America abato no asesa yura Trump wadi nkunim na wakasa wie ya no wono nso bekasa ayechese mo bia mohu sesebio aban asesa wa America ntino yenkuta hudi ahodo ayewo ene sede ye ne wo mo edika so bo mfa na ahwe na ebesesa no wose bibia ne ho ayesesa esanse eba ye ba nnua ye ginagina so ye ne America fo no a ye daso agina saa na enye de edika ni asesa ba akomienu ne miensa ne nan akosi ne nsia so ye ne nyina no bo sha ahodo a wono ma hye yen ene nhyehyɛ a woni ye na akonyina no sada ene bekoso akọ.
What democracy is about. So it's wonderful to see Americans and Ghanaians and other friends from other countries together, from civilian life and military life, young and old, together witnessing a very important democratic moment for the United States. And there were a lot of similarities, or there are a lot of similarities between, and I have to be careful about drawing that now, between the American election and the Ghanaian election, with a former president running against a sitting vice president. Again, historical. But there are also many differences. The United States, we're all focused on the top of the ticket. But in fact, what you see in the United States isn't one election run by a national election commission. It's many, many different elections. The presidential, of course, important, but a third of our senators are elected. Our entire lower house, or our entire House of Representatives in Virginia, where I voted, the school board members were on the ballot, and constitutional provisions. And
America bana nem sini wa my Ghana mu wa bapa Virginia Palmer and artist wa kasa no wase puto gum hwegum enkwansenkro mu na ekọ ewo mu sa America de na sesa na nsuni nyina no wa my Ghana mu asa ne wo mu de ni di nse se de vice president ne de wakwaba de da na edi ahia no sa na ho de nso kokoyoe na nso eno no nsesa se de ye ne wo mu wo no enema ebetimi eni ebedane na yewura John Kapi wono ene ne amansan di nkuta ho edema waye ka adwumakuo no wode asem bia ba betodwo efiri waye ka fo aboboa no a wono mo de todwa se wasi sohwe no ayere so anka yewura bronya bosumi no mu a de etoso nkono kusi dadunne no mu de na wosan sohwe no mu aye atimi aba abonten ama wono mebekọ online akọcheke ehunu wo mbra wo mo boy nyina ehunu nanso ebetimi atwentwen ne nase kakra na nsantwerofo kobusa se de ntira wose kade abandi wo mbi papa esanse se wo hwe sika botina wono mo etua ede ekotworo sohwe no ene de wo mo de ma wo mo ebe maake ase emu 60.9 million pe na aban na etua de aka nyina aka ekiri nti se no ama meka ho a anhwe yi ebe ma makenom ne se ebe ye na muya ne beba no ebe twentwen ne nase wo kire mu sei.
We have a lot of very, very huge outstanding bills to be settled by the government. Well, first of all, let me say that we are grateful that for the BEC, they were able to pay a substantial amount of money. And so we're able to pay the examiners right after the marking was over. We've been able to pay also a number of script checkers and a few invigilators and supervisors. But there's still an outstanding amount of about 4.9 million to be paid. Our hope is that when that gets paid, we would be able to settle our indebtedness to our invigilators and supervisors, and also to pay those who did the script checking. Now,
Yewra John Kapi wono ena woni amansan di nkuta ho ewo wayeke adwumakuo nom ena atese wo kasai na adaji Mahmoud Bawomi a okura franka ewo sunu din mode prema mpani agua no wode ne ntoabo no bepie mu wasantemantamu a wannante bese nansa ene akire ne no ena okopiem wa afija sekire east ene na afa eho ena nana ejapamiawa wono ene toso mienu oya agona bepo ahene wono anso na ehwe akire se na matrankonwa wo agona no wo mo badwakuo no woni titinani wode wo mo haw ahodo to nanim se nursing training wo mpotem ho wonya bieye wo mo asopiti nso kura se de etie no wanwanwa agenda no wo no anya bidie nanso wo mpagya wo mo die no mu a ebeboa pa ma pomodempa etimi atodwa Nana ejapa miaw ye otoso mienu ya agona bepo ahene na ate se wode wo mo haw etuma mpani abedi akire nim no na ewie ya na daji Mahmoud Bawomi anso de betudwa se akokọ wohwe abrewa na abrewa anso ahwe akokọ bi ensakọ na nsaba ni nyina ne se wo mbayiri wo ho ato aba no bumbumbum de amoso no ya wono ne die animu eba ne saade mpunto bi a wo mo hwehwe no won sabeka
only see data on countries overall Africa have the highest quality of education. Countries, 54 countries, Ghana is number 2 out of 54. In the whole of Africa, Tunisia is number 1, Uganda is number 2. So just say the EU, and then first, 2016, my check a problem with school. And many tablets, we have the teacher and every single senior high school student,
eno ya daji Mahmoud Bawumia no wo kire se de wo maye Ghana ngomasua na ya akono se nchina ma ehye sifum na ate se na wo kasa no na ma me Mavis nkansa boadu wona ye mrahye badwani e wo mpotem ho wono anso na ye soafo a abedi e kire wo hwe amana ne ho nsem so na ode tudwa ache se Ghana fo ene agona bipua na afa ho nyina no wono mo to aba na wo montom mo so no wono a obedwene akuafo ho se ndi obema wo monkokon nketenkete
Is impossible.
Wabapa Mavis nkansa boadu ya wayemra sebedwani ewo empotem ho afija asechire east na ate se wo kasa no na mrasha badwani owo adakula bato mpesua so wo ye kiniye manyoku ni ba yewura agboza kwame ene ekasa yi wo de atodwo eche enne chokochoko wo mokọ parliament na wo mokọ nso a enya de obi ka na wo mutie wo mokọ akotena sese dom kese na wo madwene nepa ebeboa Ghana fo ho.
At appropriate time, as directed by Mr. Speaker, we shall take our rightful place in the chamber after where we sit and wait for whatever businesses that may come in front of us. Our advice to our colleagues in the minority MPP is to try and prioritize business that is in the interest of the people of this country.
Ura government kwame agboja no wono ne ya dakulumura sebedwani na ate se wo kire ba bi akini yema ene wono mko asetina wo mo ebetena na abanku ntabufo Professor Samuel Anim wakasa de achense ntwerofo se nkoma Ghana afo nyina nte inflation ye to ade ye ton ene se de ne mabo esi hurihuri ekọ ohuru se atwere du ba bi na etu se anoma ena wono mo kire mu se wo hwe boboso mi no mu a nka beka se na e wo fom kakra na nso ewie ya ekowura October boso mi num no ehuri na de ntia ehuri no wo kire mu.
2024 food inflation stood at 22.8%. And again, consistent with the overall rate of inflation, this is the second successive month that we've seen an increase in overall food inflation, as it increased from 19.1% to 22.1%, a 3.0 percentage point difference between August and September 2024, and has further increased by 0.7 percentage points between September and October 2024. In the case of non-food inflation, we've seen non-food inflation in the last 4 months hovering between 20.5 percentage point and 21.5 percentage point. In the month of July 2024, non-food inflation was 20.5%, increased to 21.5% in August 2024, dipped by 0.6 percentage point in September 2024, and has seen a return to 21.5% for October 2024.
Abaye kuntabufo ewo wamai Ghana mu yewura Professor Anim Samuel na ate se wo kasei afie yenwie kase no ewo atoye atifi mantamu bibie ni anwa so bakwai abato mpesua so na eho na yewura Francis Kwadwo Mensa wode ato emma emu mmema awofo ne ahwefo nyina nim se wono mma na waye krado se wo mbesua nsa no dwuma ma wo mu nyi wo mayipamu emfa wo mahode nyina nkotai wono ma ayese suku na wo mbekọ achi na sabre no na wono ade kira wo kire ade pam na wo ma wie suku a yetu kire gu onso na na wo de sa futuyi ema awofo
abatan fo se ekwan a obufa so ehwe wo mu ko somu no omuma na enkwada no nso omu ho omusara ti se bo siansa no man ko skulu ni na na ya babo wi we be bia obi a ngi be takosi eni je be bua no nti se wo hwe school fo no wo mu nsi eduma no so nka ho wo etwe school fees egi bush skeni na nso akwa ni so eduma practical fee kwa na ye dia mabata nso buti timetu abata na for se kwa nfa so mo hwe school fo no mo hwe ensare eduma fo no so enka ho
Yewra Francis Kwadwo Mensa wona ne penimpa woda Franco Men's Fashion School ano wo mo graduation ase ene wo kan asa asem na wo no nso awie no bi e kire woni giagie na ani so a wo no ani aso entete a wo mafam
mani ajibebrebe sese de medika ka ya se we dey chesa ma wo front na antones mani na so ni na asa ayo so hwe same ya minti ni pardon etwa hia it is mani ya so he de ense na ma na enu mani ajipa
I am an easy to do some upon a win. We are, if you are there, my year school, if you are say, yeah, not by a duma, Namaja for Namas training on the last I am.
te wono ma apon won ho na awie school ate se wo mo kire wo mani giagie esan se wo mo wi aba monten wo bia shantare afiri mampani so ekosi de wo sha akokwafuo mu akwafuo mu nyina so nti se tie bia emfa so pa bi ewo wo mo so wonua eno so ne ye gina na anopai no nsi abremu kase ebo a ye de ebeto awo no ye de esie na momo aye de emforo pakase se wo kumase ene na afa Sompa 93.1 kakra bi enswa se de be na akunafo enyisia ne nyanka won betimi adidie na momo nwe na de kene enti 0598 559802 edi ebeba etara one media na say Brothers Foster now de ode atoso na nyame afa so enhira no wo hira won so woto asentini no wonua etwetwen ene me kanfo 21st clinic e de amaw eno achi enyarewa bi a hyehe nipaduanum no wo mo mfidi a wode hwehwe nipaduanum ehunu ya de kon na fe edura ye highly efficacious no wo mo na ayo na ye de yakan ama hoto aba enkorabata no buru dunum e wo my Ghana mu 0540311311 anopei wo madama ne de nsempa no ba ya japia pam dada ne edin a mejeso wo ba pa kosuaso muwa ene soso mu ma etimi eba wakache ba bibia da wo kenazuka wona de yeko Facebook, YouTube, TikTok ene ba bia ekopie TV no so na sabire de o mahene ye wadubu ache waye krado wo mawiase nyina ache onu age ode so Yewra Asante ebo Benedict wono ene sansempem mu
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo